Welcome everyone to the Nutrition Exchange podcast. We're your hosts.
We're back. I'm
Yep.
Anush.
And I'm Priscilla.
Welcome to a Nutrition Exchange podcast.
Yes, another episode. I'm excited. Are
so
you?
excited.
I know. Yep, so what's our topic today?
So today's topic is an important topic called glucose.
Yep.
You know, the body's main source of energy. Its preferred source of energy.
Yeah, wow.
And we're going to go into the details about the carbohydrates, different types of carbohydrates, glucose.
Yep. That's exciting.
And all the fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Because you would say it's like literally like the building block of it all. Nutrition.
Yes, for sure.
Yep. How we even live.
Exactly. I mean, as we're sitting right now, our bodies are using glucose, right? All the cells, all the organs, and most importantly, you know, which organ?
Which one?
It is the brain, right?
Oh, yeah. So that's why they say, what was I saying? Or actually, I'll tell you. So have you ever seen the movie by any chance called Fall Guy?
No.
No? So there's a really funny scene where he's like, what does he say? He's like, you need carbs. Your brain runs on glucose.
I know. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the, like, you know, on Instagram they do reels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm wondering if you guys have seen it too.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So let's start with carbohydrates.
Yep.
So you know what a carbohydrate is, right? Everyone is scared of that.
Yep. No, please explain it to us.
Not the RDs, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, so just like we said, glucose is the most preferred source of energy, and it's coming from carbohydrates, obviously. But glucose is the simple version, it's just one molecule. But the carbohydrate is like the huge umbrella term. So glucose can be, let's start with the like different types of carbohydrates. So we can have like glucose, fructose, and you know the third one?
You just said galactose, right?
Yes, galactose.
Yep.
So fructose, glucose, and galactose are monosaccharides. Mono means one. So just one sugar molecule.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's good to think of it very simple.
Yep. It's very simple.
Yeah.
And then it gets more complex. So we have our disaccharides. Guess what di means?
2?
Yes, perfect.
Yep.
Easy. So disaccharides are composed of what? 2 molecules, right? So 2 glucose molecules. Can you think of an example?
Yep. I think fructose, sometimes I get actually mixed up between the fructose and the sucrose, but I think it's sucrose plus glucose makes fructose.
No.
Is that right? Or is it the opposite?
But that's close.
Isn't it?
So, so fructose is monosaccharide, just like you said. So now the disaccharide, it should be like fructose and something else. For example, like fructose and glucose, right? Or like, you know, maltose. It's a disaccharide. It's 2 glucose molecules.
Oh, see, you guys, I did it again. I mixed it right. So so to get it right, fructose plus glucose makes sucrose.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I think I said
is
the other way
table
around.
sugar, right?
Yes. Okay. So I said it the other way around. Sucrose plus glucose. Okay.
Yes, 100%. So glucose, fructose can give you sucrose. Lactose is glucose and galactose. You know lactose, right? Lactose is a sugar, which I guess many people do not know.
Yeah.
That one is milk sugar, dairy sugar.
Yeah.
Right?
Same thing with galactose?
So the galactose is part of it.
Part of it.
Right.
Because I hear lactose all the time, and I'm sure people watching are like, oh, yeah, of course you hear the lactose.
So lactose is like glucose and galactose together. And some people are lactose intolerant, or they're intolerant to the sugar, not the protein, right? Because milk has protein. The most common one is whey protein. Some people are intolerant to whey, but now, like when they're lactose intolerant, they're intolerant to the sugar because they do not have the lactase or
enzyme,
enough lactase.
Oh, yeah.
And they say like as you age, your body is having like a hard time processing lactase. Producing, well, not processing, producing lactase. So I guess the lactose builds up and then it causes discomfort and different like inflammation or inflammatic reactions, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
so
we're
that's
even
hard.
able to digest cow's milk. I mean, they say, right? Like, what is it like 60 or 70% of the world's population can't
Hmm.
really
Digest,
digest,
yeah.
yeah, the milk,
Yes.
which makes sense.
And it's abundant in different cultures. Even, like Armenian culture,
Uh-huh.
we use a lot of milk products, but
Um,
it can be a little different if you're comparing the qualities,
yeah,
because like from country to country, there can be like differences.
yeah,
But let's not go
organic.
into like too many
Yeah,
details about it. It can
no,
be a
yeah,
separate topic on itself.
yeah, definitely. But just to
Yeah.
keep it like superficial, like just organic, inorganic, those kind,
Yes,
and
for
even
sure.
beyond, like you said, just
Yeah, and then even like hormone levels, there
yeah,
so many like the production, the way of producing them,
yeah,
storing them, like and everything.
yeah. Super interesting, but like you
Yeah,
said,
it's
another
very
topic for
interesting.
another time.
Yeah, I feel like we have to go into a lot of details about
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Because milk itself, it's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then we are gonna talk about uh, the more complex ones, I guess.
Yep.
Oligosaccharides and oligo means more than two, right? So oligo, three or more.
Mm.
And like the other form, the term poly, right?
Oh yeah. Poly
And what
means
it means?
many.
It means
Yeah.
many, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
many sugar molecules.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, many sugar, and it
Mm.
doesn't specifically have to be glucose. Can be like fructose, another combination. But let's go into like the three types. And
Yeah.
if you remember, you can maybe help me out.
Yeah.
Do you
Of
know?
course.
Maybe
The three kinds of.
polysaccharides, the main kinds.
Mm, did we just say it?
Starch.
Oligo. Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They're still oligo, but starch, fiber, and glycogen, right?
Okay.
And starch is coming from what? Food, right? Food sources.
Yep.
Can you think of an example?
So complex carbs. So
Yeah.
of course rice.
Yep.
Brown rice to be
Brown
exact.
rice, bread.
Whole grain bread.
Yes, all those
Yeah.
like starchy food.
Yep. Yep.
And they're
that's
not
it.
necessarily bad.
Yeah. A lot of people just get it mixed up between the refined grains, whole grains, and they just kind of
Yes.
classify them into one.
And they hear starch and then they get scared.
Yes,
They run
starch.
away.
Yeah, exactly. They run away. They get freaked out about carbs. Like, oh, that's, it's not good for you. And it's like, no, they don't. They have a very superficial understanding of it,
100%.
and it's goes a lot deeper.
Yes, for sure. But once you expand your knowledge base, then you're not going to be scared anymore.
Yep, exactly.
And then the second type is glycogen, which
Okay.
is the storage form of glucose. It's
Yep.
stored in our muscles and liver, mostly
Wow.
muscles and liver, because our muscles use energy to contract, and liver obviously is the storage. It's an emergency thing. So just in case there is not enough blood glucose in the bloodstream, then liver comes to help us.
Oh wow! So it's kind of like when you run out of money and you have to go back to your
It's
your
the bank.
savings.
It's the main bank.
Yep.
For us.
Exactly. That's a good point. So think of like the liver as like the bank and just
Yes.
your backup money.
Backup
Emergencies.
money. Of course.
Yeah. That's why I think God was so smart in like designing us. Because imagine if we didn't have glycogen as like a storage. So imagine once we deplete our like glucose storages, it's like, oh, immediately time to eat. But sometimes we can't eat. We're in a meeting or we're working, and that would be scary.
That would be very scary, imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our anatomy is amazing.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's why you would say like keeping especially the liver is really important.
100%.
Yeah.
And then the third one is my favorite. It is, guess what? Fiber.
Fiber. Oh yes, of course.
And your favorite?
Yep. Technically, yep. It should be everyone's favorite.
Yes.
It's everyone's friend.
But people don't know fiber is a carbohydrate.
Yeah, that's true, huh? I feel like, what do they even think it is?
You
What do
know
you
why?
guys think it is? Just nothing?
Maybe, like, I'm guessing the reason is because you can't completely digest it,
Oh, got
right?
it. Yeah.
Can be one of the reasons.
Yeah, and how there's two different kinds.
Yes,
Soluble and soluble.
Soluble and insoluble. So
Yeah.
soluble is kind of like dissolving a little bit. So
Yeah.
it dissolves in water, just like the word says.
Yep.
And insoluble is not, is completely, none of them are digestible. I wouldn't say like,
Yes. Yep,
right?
and it only comes from
What?
plant foods.
Yeah, the plant foods. Of course, cellulose, right? Main
Yes,
form.
yes. Yeah.
Main form is
Yeah.
cellulose.
But it's crazy how like some people don't even know that, I feel like. They just think that like or like animal products, meat has fiber. It's like no, it doesn't come from, plants. Only just like what Anush said, you guys, keep that in mind. Fiber only comes from plant foods.
Only plants.
Yep. And actually what I wanted
Whole
to say
foods.
about whole foods, yep. And what I wanted to say about what was it? The soluble fiber, which I find so fascinating, is that it can decrease your cholesterol levels, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
can. It can be bind to the cholesterol, like circulating cholesterol, and then take it out. Like cholesterol binds, and then it takes it out of your body.
Oh,
So interesting, right?
Yeah, just the pathway, right? Is it the hepatic portal vein?
I think
all that good stuff?
you're
Yeah.
right. The biochem, yes.
Yep.
Yes. I have to remember.
I know, right? Yep, we're not going to talk about the pathways too deep,
No.
but it's fascinating, right?
It is. It's very interesting. And insoluble ones, those are the ones mostly in the small intestine, right? Or colon. Actually, they get into the, in your intestines, and then they get fermented because we cannot digest them.
Yeah.
So who digests them for us?
The bacteria.
Bacteria,
itself?
obviously,
Yep,
right?
exactly. Yeah. But
And then what happens? What happens to our fiber? Fiber becomes short chain fatty acid.
oh
Did you
my
know that?
gosh, I was gonna say stool.
So it eventually does, but first
We're like before that.
before.
Yep, exactly.
So acetate, two carbon molecules.
Yeah.
Propionate, I think 3, and butyrate 4.
I was gonna say, yeah. So it's the three of them, right?
Yes.
Short chain fatty acids.
The most common ones. I'm not sure if there are other ones too. Probably, but those
I wouldn't doubt it. But they're like the main ones, right?
These are the main ones.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Super important to know, you guys. Yeah.
Yes, and then eventually, obviously, it becomes stool.
Yeah.
And leaves your body.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, I guess you can help us explain how people can enjoy carbohydrates and sugary stuff without overdoing them, actually.
Yeah, and without feeling bad, right? So, okay.
Not feeling guilty.
Yep, exactly. So the best way is to eat 20 donuts in the morning. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Please,
people are like, oh, that's the most important source of energy. I'm gonna have a lot of sugar.
Yeah, exactly. Or they think that like they need like a big bump in energy. But it depends. Like diabetics, obviously, and hypoglycemia, meaning low glucose levels. But just for the average person, it's a great question. So technically, you guys, when it comes to not because as we age, as Anush kind of pointed out earlier, that actually, what is it, like the digestion even of glucose goes down.
Yes.
So
the digestive process slows down.
Yes, and
it affects the blood glucose absorption too.
Yeah, and it kind of lessens the metabolization.
Yeah, metabolization.
Yeah, of the glucose. Yeah, and so that's why it's so important, actually, the order of foods in which we, eat our foods.
That's so fascinating.
I know. So, okay, guys, so take an example of, let's say, salmon, white rice, and vegetables.
Okay.
Now, so a very simple meal, but let's stick with it. So it's 3 food items, right? So salmon is the protein. And then white rice is the
carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate, exactly. And then of course the broccoli. Well, broccoli is really the carbohydrate.
Mainly our fiber source.
Exactly. Yep. So obviously, white rice is actually what we would call a naked carb because it doesn't really supply with any nutrients. I know, it's so weird, naked. Yeah.
I
know, but
no naked carbs.
Yeah, no naked carb. Yep, carb. So anyway, so for the white rice, no fiber. It doesn't really offer any nutritional value other than just the calories, really.
Well, it's not like a little bit, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. So basically, white rice, because it lacks the fiber, because it lacks all the important nutrients, it doesn't have the parts that the brown rice would actually have, the bran, the germ on the outside.
And the sperm, the germ.
Exactly, yeah. So basically, it spikes your glucose levels.
It does.
Yeah, and so what you want to do for this specific meal, try to have the broccoli first.
Mhm. So the vegetables
The
doesn't
vegetable first.
necessarily have to be broccoli, right?
It could,
Any veggie.
yeah, yeah. So technically, any veggie that's hopefully on your plate, you know. And then, well, it's a bit of a caveat. You can have the salmon first, you know,
You can.
or even both. You can have the
Right.
salmon, you
But
know.
you know, can I interrupt a
Yes,
little
yes,
bit?
please go ahead.
I
Yep.
think the research supports that
Uh-huh.
the idea that you eat the vegetables first.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's kind of like coating, and then
Because of all the fiber, right?
yes,
Yeah. Yeah, all
and
the
then the protein source, and then the carbohydrate source.
Yeah.
Especially when it doesn't have fiber. But
exactly.
you're right though, because protein, if you just pair protein and carbohydrates, that works too.
Yeah.
But the best thing, backed up by research, is like you want to eat the veggies first.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, and it even sounds about right. Like have your veggies first and then just have just what, you know, the rest
And
of the
non-starchy, I believe, non-starchy veggies.
Yeah.
Like leafy greens.
Yep, the broccoli, of course. Yeah,
What is it
examples
called?
of
It's like collard greens.
yeah, non-starchy.
I think it has like a specific name.
I'm sure, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but like starchy vegetables is like potatoes, white potatoes, sweet
potato.
potatoes, carrots?
Carrots.
Probably not as much, but
Probably.
yeah.
It has a lot of fiber. I think it's probably non-starchy.
Yeah.
I'll say.
I'm sure
I'm
there
not
has to be
sure
a
about
ratio
that.
to it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, yeah, but definitely the white rice is considered a low glycemic food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, or actually opposite, caveat. It's a high glycemic food, right?
Oh, you said white rice?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, not
it's
low
a-
glycemic, it's a high
No, no.
glycemic food.
Mhm.
Yeah, broccoli would be a low glycemic food.
And
Yeah.
what does it mean?
Yep.
Low glycemic.
Good
And people say
question.
low GI, right?
Is it
Low
GI?
GI.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
what does it mean?
yep. So basically, when a food is low, it means that it. What? Now I'm
Doesn't
getting
spike
confused.
your blood glucose like really fast, right?
Yep.
So it takes time for your body to release glucose.
Yeah.
It's kind of slowing down the process.
Yep. And then high glycemic food is just like what we said, the white
just, like,
rice, it
spikes.
spikes up
Yeah,
your
right away.
yeah, you know, white rice, white bread,
Even
just any
dates, for
refined
example,
grains.
Right. And even like, fruits, some fruits.
Depends, yes.
So if you compare like berries, you want to talk about it, like berries versus dates. So dates
Yeah.
is a high GI food, right?
It really is, yeah, because of all the like the just a natural sugar.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely what we especially when it comes to this particular topic with like the dates, let's say we compare dates versus table sugar. Big difference, huge difference. So when it comes to like oatmeal, don't treat them the same. They're not. Yes, of course, date has the sugar, but it's not added sugar. It's sugar from the plant itself, from the date. It has all the fiber still. It has the nutrients. You know, it has.
I think we want to go ahead and talk about the healthcare and interaction with like nursing. You want to go into more detail about that?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I work at a hospital here in SoCal, and just yesterday, actually, I had such an interesting encounter with the patient. So, of course, not to say too much about the patient, but it was, in like the early 20s. And yeah, I went to go visit the patient, asked him some questions, and he just was so interested about nutrition.
Wow.
And was just asking me all these questions.
Doesn't happen that often.
No, it really doesn't. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, of course. It's just up and down some days. But the patient was admitted because he came in with abdominal pain, really bad, excruciating abdominal pain. So then the doctor ended up diagnosing the patient with appendicitis. So, of course, inflammation of the appendix. To some people it happens, to some people it doesn't.
It has to be removed, right?
Yes. Yeah. And there's actually the etiology of it, so like the cause of it, it's not actually well understood. But there are actually studies that do have a link between a high meat intake and the risk of developing appendicitis. And what was so interesting talking with the patient is that, of course, with every patient that I encounter, I ask them questions. So, what do you like to eat? What does your diet look like? And I really liked how candid and honest the patient was. He actually told me that he eats a lot of meat in
Really?
his
Was he like
diet.
on a keto diet?
So, I actually asked him about that, not that diet in
Specific.
particular, but I asked him, like, are you by any chance on a carnivore diet?
Mhm.
And he didn't even know what that was. It's like,
It's a
oh,
complicated word.
interesting. Yeah, because then, of course, I mean, carnivore is just meat eater. But
Mhm.
that's interesting that he didn't even know that.
But he
So
was
then,
carnivore because he was a meat eater.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So then he pretty much said he eats a lot of meat in his diet. He doesn't really eat rice,
Mhm.
just mostly meat. And, I'm over here thinking, like, well, that is not sustainable. It's not. And then, I was just getting so, um,
Frustrated.
a little bit frustrated, but then excited too, of like, oh my gosh, like this person like needs, to
Help.
be educated about nutrition. And I didn't even need to see that patient that day.
Mhm.
Technically he could have been seen the next day, but he was going to be discharged soon
Mhm. I
since he
mean, at
already.
least he was like open to listening.
Yes, no,
Still
definitely.
something.
Yeah, yeah. And so I pretty much told him, like, bluntly, like, gotta lower your meat intake. Because what happened was he just seemed so determined to change his diet.
That's a
Because,
good sign.
yeah, because he was just so, he was in shock about his diagnosis and him undergoing the surgery that
Mhm.
he pretty much asked me, like, was it my diet that caused what had happened? And of course, I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't really say, like, oh, like, for certain it caused this and that or
Mhm.
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I
but
guess even doctors don't know for sure.
exactly. Or yes, like I said previously, of course, with appendicitis, it's kind of a, weird thing.
And it can
Um,
be a mixture of different things
yeah,
even.
genetics, all that stuff. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, even in my own quick like research, it's like no, yeah, like there are studies that show that a higher meat intake increases the risk of
That
appendicitis.
is so
So
interesting.
I know, I didn't tell the patient that, but I pretty much emphasized to him, like I said, lower your meat intake. Don't be afraid of carbs. Honestly, I think he was afraid of carbohydrates.
I
And
have many friends who are,
same
and
thing.
it's a problem. You cannot
Yeah?
really, they've been thinking that way for years, and you have to
Yes.
affect their psychology, the way of thinking. It's not easy.
No, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Because same thing with this
It's definitely
patient.
a challenge.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, because he pretty much told me like the reason why he was eating a diet, full of meat was
Mhm.
because he had mentioned to me that his dad is diabetic and someone had told his dad that, eat a lot of meat, avoid the carbs.
Mhm.
And so because of that, he told me that his dad has been doing okay. So
Mhm.
then it's like that psychology of, okay, a family member's on this kind of diet and they're doing fine, they're doing well. Let me do the same
I mean,
thing.
it's good. I mean, it's good to be careful,
Yeah.
right?
No,
But it doesn't
exactly.
mean like you can prevent it. But if you're not a diabetic, you don't certainly have to like eat like a diabetic, like all the way.
Exactly.
Maybe limiting sugar, choosing the right carbs over like simple sugars, for example, complex carbs over sugars, fiber-rich carbs over like candy,
Exactly.
donuts.
Yes, exactly. 100%. And that's why it took a while educating him because it was as if like, just starting, kid you not, starting from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
zero, just from nothing. I asked him like, when was the last time you've learned about nutrition? And I'm pretty sure he said elementary school. Well, that's a long time, and obviously, someone in their early 20s, so that's why, like I said, like I took a lot of time explaining to him, and it seemed like he genuinely liked the interaction, he liked the diet
That's
education,
great.
and yeah, and honestly, before I left, I really was like, just lower your meat intake, don't be afraid of carbs, you need carbs. I explained to him the differences between refined carbs, whole
Mm-hmm.
grains, all that, so I
You
really
had
hope
your
that,
impact,
I
a
know.
positive impact for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Just like with you
Awesome.
guys.
Such an interesting story.
Yeah,
Thanks for telling
definitely.
us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I think that's it for today, unless you
Yeah.
want to add something.
No, I mean, same thing. Don't be afraid of carbs. Obviously today's topic was all about glucose and carbohydrates, but just keep in mind the kinds of carbohydrates that you're eating,
Hmm.
that you're drinking as well. You
Yes.
know.
No naked carbs, no simple sugar. I mean, not no, but like mostly complex carbs, fiber-rich carbs over like simple carbs.
Exactly. Yeah. Simple carbs is more just a once in a while type of thing. A cookie, a cake.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I mean, on
definitely.
your birthday, you don't want to have a broccoli cake
Exactly. Yeah. That's
unless you really love broccoli.
exactly right. Or they could just have like a cake in the shape of a broccoli.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you guys know what we mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning in. Comment down your questions, anything really.
Yeah. Your encounters with carbs,
Yes.
things like that. So
Anything related to glucose, carbohydrates, your favorite carbohydrate. I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.